Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thank you for joining us here on this beautiful Friday morning. We are live from Gatineau, Quebec, and we are currently traveling. If we're dressed a little bit nicer, back
Formal.
formal, I should say. Back in February, my father passed away, and obviously that was too cold. The family decided we're going to celebrate his life today, which is in June. So we're just getting ready to go to the funeral and celebrate my dad. So just prior to that, says, well, let's do one more little video, one more presentation, and so we just enjoy and love the opportunity and sharing the opportunity. So MC, welcome. Bill, welcome. I know some of you are going to be joining us live as we
And it
are
is a long
progressing.
weekend, right?
It is a long weekend.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
another
So
thing
it's
too.
Canada Day
Yeah,
weekend here.
exactly. So happy
And
Canada Day for our Canadians. And I know that on next Friday, I think July 4th, this is Independence
next
Day, right,
weekend,
in
yeah,
the
for the
US. So
US.
as we love the US, as we're there half the year. So tell me, why don't we begin here with how did we get introduced to GotBackup?
Yeah, so we've known the owner of GotBackup for many years. Actually, his company is called Global Virtual Opportunities, and GotBackup is a project in his company. And years ago, many years ago, I guess we'll share it in our story as well. Is Chris was using one of his service, and we became friends and watched each other's kids grow up, kind of thing. He was really successful in the online world, and Chris and I were building the network marketing model, but more belly to belly, more traveling, lots of traveling back then. And yeah, so we've built a global business through the network marketing channel. And he's watched us, and he contacted us and said, hey, he said, what are you guys up to? And he said, would you be open to look at a new project? Long story short, what you're learning about today is exactly what we saw. And we said, oh my gosh, yeah, we have to be part of this. That's one thing about Chris and I is we're entrepreneurs. And when there's something that's going to catch a wave, it's very important.
We jump into it. In fact, welcoming you, and I'm from Ghana. Thank you for joining us. And here's the thing here, folks. Tammy and I have built a relationship all over the world, and we have friends that are spending around the globe. And we know that the economy made it very difficult for a lot of folks to start a business. And we saw an opportunity where we can empower a family with a global opportunity, with a service that everyone needs at a price point everybody can afford. So we saw potential for massive growth and success. And why is this coming from? Again, Dropbox has 700 million users around the world. So my point in saying here is this is a huge market to tap to. I'll go back into the tendencies in a minute, but it's really time to turn dreams into reality. And that's what we saw here. Looking at these pictures here, you see the dad kind of showing off his set of keys, brought a brand new home, so his family can live nice and comfortably with all the girls have their own rooms, right? What about traveling where you want to, opposed to where you kind of can afford to? I know folks right now today, we can afford to go here, we can afford, what if that was not an issue because you have the funds to be able to do this? What about adding new members of the family? The cost of living today, it's unbearable. And for many folks, it's very difficult. And just the thought of adding another family member might be a challenge. What if that was not an issue for you? The last point here, which I really value, Tammy and I were at a stage where we're planning for retirement. We worked hard all our lives, and now we want to live from the fruit of our labor. And maybe some of you would love to do that, but maybe things have changed for you. What if you had, that would be an opportunity that could really feed that? So let's carry on, Tammy, with the opportunity.
I think it's all about building legacy as well. So that's our big goal, is to help average people to live an above average lifestyle and to be able to leave a nice legacy, investments and stuff to family members and kids and grandkids. We're here in Gatineau. We're at my daughter's house, and I got 4 grandkids here. We're actually bringing one of them back to Toronto with us to stay for a couple of weeks.
Yeah,
so it's
we'll
going
have
to
a
be
good
fun.
time.
Yeah.
And folks, the company began in 1997 in Gatineau, Quebec, which is actually the city we're in right now. And they moved into Texas. And the reason for that is because the fiber optic, this is the super highway, right? The amount of cars that can go into traffic at the same time. Well, the more lanes you have, the more cars can go through. It's kind of that concept when I talk about the fiber optic. Long story short, they moved into a 10,000 square feet data center, which, by the way, is paid in full. And this is one thing I really love. It's a debt-free company. That's what I really appreciate about the opportunity. So let's listen to our CEO, Joel Therieng. This is the person that Tammy was talking to you about and introduced you to GotBackup to get a feel from the back end what's going on back there. Let's check this out together.
Hey guys, welcome to the corporate office of GotBackup. Now everybody wants to know, are we super secure? And how do we offer such an amazing service at such a low price? So this is in our tech room. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna take you on a tour of our server room to show you just how secure it is, and we welcome you into the family. So let's go over to the server room. So the first thing I wanna explain to you guys is that we're fully PCI compliant. For physical PCI compliance, what does that mean? It means we're allowed to physically store credit cards in our data center because we're uber secure. So we've passed all the tests for that, and we're legally allowed to store credit cards and your storage. So one of the first requirements for PCI compliance is you have to have 2 coded doors before you get into your server room. We also, as a company, like to have fun, so we call it Area 51. So anyway, I'm gonna code this door with my back here so you guys can't see what the code is. Come in this way. This is a simple inventory room, guys. We build servers here and so forth. And then our second coded door is over here, okay? And so we have a coded door here as well to get into the server room. So here we are in the server room, guys. This is where all the magic happens. So a couple of things people ask. Joel, how secure is my data, and could you ever lose our data? So as an example, let's come here. It's impossible to lose your data, and here's why. If you look at this storage array, and we have, hundreds of storage arrays in here, there's 14 hard drives across this storage array. 4 of these hard drives could fail, which statistically never happens, but let's say it did. 4 of these hard drives need to fail before we start to lose some data. But guess what? We're not going to lose any data because this is striped to here. This whole rack of hard drives here is copied here. Just the same here. All these hard drives here are copied here. So there's not a single point of failure relative to your data. There's also no single point of failure in the server room. As an example, there's A power and B power. Every server is plugged into A power. Every server is plugged into B power. Also, relative to cooling of this room, if you come over here, you'll see we have 1, 2, 3, 4 air conditioners in this server room. So the air is never going to be a problem. The other thing as well is we're very, very efficient. If you look up at the ceiling, let's come back over here, you'll see vents up there, and the cold air is strategically placed in front of the servers here, so it sucks in all the cold air, and it goes over into the hot aisle behind this wall here. So very, very efficient server room as well. And finally, if God forbid there was ever a fire in this room, we have here what's called a fire suppression system. What this system does, it's just a bunch of electronics behind here, but we can open it up, okay, is if God forbid there was a fire, and in 25 years there's never been a fire, but it will snuff out all the oxygen in this room. If there's no oxygen, then the fire goes out, right? So we don't use water to destroy the equipment. So that's the basics of the server room. Super, super secure and super redundant relative to your data. So the other aspect to security is we use the exact same security as Amazon, as Google, as all the big players, Microsoft. It's patented security, it's military grade, 256-bit encryption security. So your stuff is very secure.
So you can watch the rest of this video, as a matter of fact, from your back office. I want to go back to the presentation, especially going to the global trends, folks. It's very important that we understand that fortune is made being in front of trends that are about to take off. Now, the cloud storage is a trend that has already taken off, but we're still at the infancy of growth here, folks, and we'll share with you as we share the number. Let's start with this slide.
Yeah, and we all know this. Everybody has devices. And what we're doing is we're filling them up. So you can see there's almost 15 billion smartphones around the world. And this is a huge growth potential, knowing that everybody's filling up their devices.
Understatement. And look at the percentage of mobile traffic from 2011 to 2023. I know that's 2 years ago, but I want you to see the trend, the growth that occurred from 2011 to 2023. It is absolutely massive. As you can see here, as we move in from 2006, the trend is not as large, but it keeps moving forward. Now, let's look at these numbers here. the size of cloud storage market worldwide, folks. If you're looking for where is the money going, well, cloud storage is massive, 90 billion in 2022 in revenue, and they're predicting close to $500 billion in 2030, which I think will be more like $750 billion, maybe even more. So the fact here, folks, that is definitely the place to be, and has a lot to do with the cell phone addictions.
Yeah, at the end of the day, we're using our phones. You can see all the percentages of what people are using phones, but we're using it for everything. You know, Chris and I are constantly tapping when we're doing purchases. We keep an eye on our property in Florida while we're here. Anything we need is available on a phone. That's why you constantly see everybody on their devices.
I totally agree. In fact, my cell phone is my portal to everything, even our cloud, and we'll share that with you in a minute. See, that is a growing concern. 45% of phone users, folks, this is half of the population, or very close to, have either lost their data or lost their device, which in return lost their data.
That's happened to us.
Exactly. 5,700 screens are cracked every hour. Laptop, cell phone stolen every 43 seconds. And I do believe that these numbers have gotten a little worse right now. This slide was printed about 2 years ago. So the point is, you understand the point here. Here's another really irritating message I'm sure all of you have seen.
Yeah. And that's why it's so easy to talk to people about this business, because everybody's getting these messages faster and faster, because we're filling up our devices, and it's taking a lot of space. Everybody's, you know, doing courses or online. They're printing documents. They're downloading this. They're downloading that, and it's taking space.
I totally agree. So the second global trend here, folks, is to make more money. Here's an opportunity that will pay you regardless of where you live in the world. It's all done digitally through portals that, again, I won't go into the details today. You can find it in our trainings, but you get paid, and the company will send the money to those portals, which you can deposit to your account into your country. So, folks, people are looking for ways to make more money. 42% of Americans have side businesses. 62% of Gen Z, 18 to 25, have side gigs. So what about the rest of the world, folks? This is where we want to talk to you about this. You can leverage from these global trends with GotBackup. It is so easy to install and so easy to do. Let's talk about our product.
Yeah, so you get 6 terabytes of data storage. And what's interesting that nobody offers is, on your account, you can add 5 additional members. They don't even have to live in your household. You can see unlimited devices, and you can even choose how much storage you want to give per person. So if you have a family, this is a phenomenal service. All this for $10 a month. It's actually $9.97. And what really excited Chris and I when Joel connected with us, I mean, obviously the value of the service was amazing, but the home-based business, what really triggered for us, because we knew that people need opportunity globally.
Absolutely. And welcome, Abudu and Mawuku. Great to have you here. Now, here's the thing, folks. A lot of time, someone that you're talking to may turn around and say, or maybe even yourself, what about iCloud? I'm using iCloud when I bought my phone. What about Dropbox? What about Google Drive if you're using an Android phone? At the end of the day, folks, they're all within a $10 price mark every month, within 2 terabytes of usage. The fact here is all these services, except for Dropbox, you can have, even Dropbox, you can have a minimum that is free. And then you can use GotBackup to store the massive amount, because you have 3 times the space for $9.97, same price. Here, the yearly package is even better. iCloud, Dropbox, Google Drive, 360, 660, 216. Don't quote me in these amount exactly, because they might have evolved a little bit or might have changed, because obviously people want to stay competitive. But here's the thing. We're just shy of $100 for 6 terabytes, unlimited amount of devices you can back up to your cloud. And over and above that, 6 terabytes, folks. If you do the math, 12 months, $9.97 a year, that's less than, in fact, it's $8 and change.
Yeah.
That is such an amazing price point. Let's kind of summarize what we got before we show you how simple it is to install this.
Yeah, so you get 6 terabytes of storage for $9.97 a month. That includes up to 6 accounts. Any device you've got, you saw the video on the security, which is absolutely phenomenal. He's so transparent. I love it. Any other company wouldn't show you this stuff, right? And you can see it's a 30-day money back guarantee. Once you get everything set up, I don't know anybody who would cancel an account to go back to paying the same amount for 3 times less, you know?
Mhm.
So
Totally
yeah,
agree.
value.
Totally agree. The value is incredible.
It
Let's
is.
kind of see quickly, folks, how simple it is to install the app on your phone and
Mhm.
connect to your cloud. Let's check
Hey
this out.
everybody! This is a quick walkthrough of how to install your GotBackup app onto your mobile device. In this case, I'm using the Android Galaxy, but the process is the same also on an iPhone. So to download your app, there's 2 ways to do this. You can either come to the Play Store. On an iPhone, it's called just the App Store, and just search for GotBackup. And there it is. Or we could come to our members area and go to use this tool, and then you will see it here on your dashboard. So again, I'm using my Android device. So I'm going to go ahead and click this, and it's going to take me to my Google Play Store. If you're on an iPhone, it will take you to your App Store on your iPhone device. So I'm going to go ahead and install that. Awesome. I'm going to go ahead and open it. It's going to ask you to log into your account. Go ahead and allow all your notifications so it could let you know that everything's being uploaded properly, and go ahead and put in your unique ID. Once logged in, you will be asked to let GotBackup access your photos and videos on your mobile device. Select Allow. Without having to do anything, an Android upload folder was automatically created for me. Neat! If you are on an iPhone, the folder will be called iPhone Upload. Now, depending on how many photos and videos is on your device, your first backup might take some time. So it is highly recommended that your device is on a charger and is connected to Wi-Fi. It is a good idea to start your first backup in the evening and keep your GotBackup app open and let it back up overnight. One more thing I'd like to point out. If I tap on these 3 little lines on the top left corner and tap on Settings, you will see these 3 boxes under Monitor are automatically checked. Auto Upload will automatically upload all future photos and videos taken on your device to your GotBackup cloud. Camera Roll Upload will back up all existing photos and videos that are stored on your device to your GotBackup cloud. And Upload Only on Wi-Fi will only back up your data while connected to Wi-Fi. If you have an unlimited data plan, you can uncheck this. So if I come to my gallery, I'm going to have a slew of pictures from over the years. This is actually Joel's phone, so if I come to my albums, I have almost 1,400 pictures. Alright, so if I come to my app, come back to my menu and click Transfers, you're going to see all my pictures now are uploading. Since this might be a large upload at first and I have a low battery, it's highly recommended that you plug into a power source. So I'm going to do that right now. Alright, now that's finished. We can now see that our Android upload has all been categorized by what year these photos were taken. These were taken in 2021. And this was just recently. So that's pretty much it. Pretty easy, pretty straightforward.
As you can see, folks, it's really, really simple. And then your phone becomes a portal to everything you have backed up into your computer. So there's another app, you can back up your entire computer, your phone, and then once you have the app installed, you can access all this information. Really cool. And folks, back to the presentation here, folks, the only cloud storage that pays you is called GotBackup. Making money with GotBackup is awesome. So let's cover this, Tammy, starting with the 7 ways how we earn.
Yeah, as you can see, 3 are highlighted because that's where we're going to spend our focus. Really, that's the foundation of building the business, and the rest are bonuses that will kick in when you start building an organization. So customer acquisition bonus, CAB for short, that's when somebody's interested in becoming a member of GotBackup, affiliate member. And if they decide to pay monthly, you get 200% upfront. It's a company's way of saying thank you for bringing somebody to the company. And if they decide to pay yearly, you can see the $99.97, you're actually saving a couple months of payment. So most people tend to do this, especially in today's world. Everybody wants deals, right? And you get 50% on that, 25% on VIP packages, any extra marketing stuff that is available. You've also see on the bottom, customers only. This is every time you sign up a customer who just wants to be a customer. They don't want to earn any income. They don't want to build anything. They just want the service.
Yeah.
25% ongoing. So let's share a couple examples. So let's say you have 20 direct referrals. These are members who join. 200% is what you're getting. If they do the $9.97, we're going to round it off to $10. So you get 200%. That's $20 times 20 people, $400 in commission, which is phenomenal. And you're not limited to the amount of people you can bring in, which is
if you
super
pick the
exciting.
yearly package, which is $50 a pop,
Yeah,
do the math, folks.
Yeah,
Really
that's
awesome.
amazing. Yeah. Yeah. And the timing is, I mean, we're at the beginning. So, talking to people, you can earn a lot of money doing this. 20 customers, 25%. You can see we're rounding it off to $10, $250 times 20 people, $50 ongoing. Every single month, you're counting on that income because you have good customers, loyal customers using the service.
As Tammy mentioned, there's 7 ways to earn. I just
Mhm.
wanted to say hi to Bakshi and Lucie, bonjour, and Jeffrey. Great to see you guys here. The second way you earn is what we call the cycle earning. So the other bonuses, this is the residual income that will manifest from doing step number 1, which is what Tammy just shared about, which the company pay you very, very generously. Now, there's a 2-team tree. That's how this works. There's only 2 sides that you can sponsor people. One on the right side, one on the left. That you bring 10 people, 100 people, 1,000 people. They have to be divided on either one side or the other, okay? When you see indirect, that's someone that's above you, sharing the same leg as you. As you know, there's only 2 sides. So that person happens to be on your right side. It will benefit you on your team commission. And if you sponsor someone else that will be underneath that person, well, that person also benefits. That's how this is how powerful the system is. So looking at the cycle bonus, there are 2 tiers, tier 1, tier 2. So how does it work? Well, tier 2 is 3 times the amount of tier 1. So you want to be a tier 2, and I'll show you how in a minute. Step 1, activate. Make sure that you pay your services every single month and remain active. You're always in a position to qualify. Number 2 is you need to enroll 2 people, 1 your left team, 1 your right team. We call that a copper. We'll come back to that in a minute. That's where building block. Number 3 is the system needs to see there are 6 people underneath you, which 2 have to be sponsored by you. So as long as there's 4 on one side and 2 on the other, which is a ratio of 4 to 2, you qualify for 1 cycle. The question is, you may say, well, how much is a cycle? Well, it's based on the company's profitability. And I mentioned earlier, it's based on your rank, will determine if you're tier 1 or tier 2. Now, the question is, how many cycles do you want? And the amount of cycles that you're earning or the people you bring in has a strong impact on number 3. It's what we call cycle match. You see these numbers here? You need to be a Sapphire to qualify to start earning matching cycle. And I'll show you how to get there. It's really simple, but you're in 25% from all your personals that you bring 5 people, 2 people, or 1,000 individuals. You have the potential to earn. And from there, 25% up to $1,000. If let's say your person you brought in is doing more than that, then you need to move up 1 more rank, which is very simple to do for you to increase and double that amount. You see how powerful that is? I want to brand out here that you can earn up to $1,000 at that rank, or up to $20,000 as you reach the pinnacle, which is what we call Black Diamond with GotBackup. This is per person, folks. Again, go back to go back to Dropbox with 700 million users. Do the math on the possibility, folks. This is what I'm talking about. The other bonuses, folks, they're just added bonuses as you move up in rank. Number 4 triggers when you become a gold. Number 5 triggers when you are platinum, when you are sapphire and above. Okay, so it's really awesome. You get a percentage from all the circles that are paying their $10. They're on left team or right team, doesn't matter what side is bigger. Really, really cool. Rank pool, you get paid the moment you reach the rank, and the leadership bonus add on. So Tammy, let's tell the folks, what are the building blocks to make that possible?
Yeah. So, and the key is simplicity. The simpler you keep things, especially in today's world, the faster duplication happens. So when you sign up, go get your 2. Chris mentioned one left, one right, makes you a copper. And then you go get a couple more people and you teach each one of the people to do the same thing so that they duplicate. And you don't just depend on them, continually bring people, because people are looking for a service like this. If they knew what you had to share with them, they'd be on board.
I totally agree. So it's all about duplication.
Yeah, and it's a $20 fee, which is so little to be in business, and that's a yearly fee. And then you decide how you want to get started. You either become you start monthly, or you decided to come in and just pay the year up front, save a couple months of payments. That's simple. It's so simple.
It's absolutely simple. And folks, we're currently in 158 countries. These are people using GotBackup. Senegal is the brand new country that was just open. Again, this is so exciting. What I mean open, folks, it's digital. The moment a person signs up in GotBackup in any other countries around the world, and I believe we have 197, 96. I don't know how many countries we have in the world, but the point here is at 158, we're about to be in every single continent around the globe. Just stay tuned, because this is happening very soon. Recognition, achievement, critical. Babies die for it, cry for it, adults die for it. And this is the rank, a ladder that we're telling you about to qualify so you can move up in your income. Number one is a bronze. That means you sponsor one person. As a copper, as you recall, Tammy and I talked about one on the left, one on the right. The moment you accomplish that, you are a copper. The goal in your business is to produce that. Every time someone signs up, make sure they understand 1% on your left, 1% on your right, they become a copper. When that happens, you become a silver. And then as you keep bringing people to the team, that's when what's going on is you become a gold. That means you sponsored 5 people. And then out of that, 3 became copper. So what's happening is your business is duplicating, and you have at least 25 people in your business. Now you start earning 1, 2, and 3, and now 4 gets added onto your income. As a platinum, now here's what's really cool. You're moving on from 3 to 4.
You gotta show it in the camera. They don't see
Oh,
it.
sorry. 3 to 4 coppers. But now you have 10 people into your business, and the 10 people you bring in will qualify you for sapphire and emerald. You don't have to bring more than that. So the moment you got your 10 people, you're a platinum. And at this point, you have 4 people that are copper, and now you're moving from tier 1 to tier 2. You're tripling your income and your cycle bonus. And as you move up to sapphire, again, folks, it's the same 10 people. The difference is now there's 5 people that became copper. You see, the system is duplicating, and now you have at least 50 people on your team where platinum was 40. Now you start earning matching cycle. And this goes on as you become emerald, ruby, diamond, all the way up to black diamond. The compensation plan opens up. I believe when you're an emerald, you have access to almost all the 7 different ways we earn. And when you move up in rank, it just increases in percentage, which is absolutely amazing. Let's talk about the support that we have available.
Yeah, so you have a personalized referral link, you have a landing page, you have an email marketing system that's built in, which is free, which is super exciting. And we're actually, Chris, tomorrow we're doing a training on that, right?
As a matter of fact, yes.
For the company. So that's fantastic. Marketing tools, everything is there for you to build. And you have regular online presentations. Chris and I are participating in the company's Wednesday night English presentations, and we bring Joel in from time to time in presenting. And then there's so many amazing leaders around the globe that are doing different languages, that are presenting for anybody who wants to be part of it. And you have team trainings that are going on, different languages. Again, we're doing the company training on Saturday, and that's at 10 a.m. So plug in to the company Global Virtual Opportunities YouTube channel, and you'll be able to see that.
Absolutely. And welcome, Amasi and Abakisi and Fulera. Great to have you guys here. So folks, at the end of the day, here's a product that everyone needs in a business that everyone can afford. If someone sent you a link from their back office to join this presentation, simply go to GotBackupLive.com. GotBackupLive.com. What did I say?
You said go.
Oh, GotBackupLive.com. Okay. And here's the thing here, folks. Again, it's a product that everyone needs. and a business that everyone can afford. I want to share something with you here. Right now, we have a promotion going on, which is a cash contest, folks. First place, 500, second place, 300, third place, 200, fourth place, 100, and fifth to 10 is $50. Again, folks, there's 3 more days to take advantage of that. I just want to focus on a few things that are important for you to make money with this company. Number one, and also make use of the service. You want to click on use this tool. When you do that, it will take you to this slide, okay, to this page. You can see I'm using half of my cloud service, and you can download, for example, the video you saw. This is this button here, watch installation video. That's the one. And if you click on these buttons, it will simply take you to the Google Store, Google Play Store, or the Apple Store. Okay, you simply need to go to Apple Store, Google Play Store, search for GotBackup, install the app, and just follow the instructions, again, by putting your ID and password and everything else, and let the software do the job for you. Now, this one here, the software to back up your computer. You can have unlimited amount of computers. That's Windows, and this is your Mac. And again, there's more details over here, but just so you see how it looks, if you click on auto login, it will take you to your cloud. You can also go right on your browser and type GBU cloud, okay? And it will take you right there. Once you've logged in once, it won't bother you again. It creates little cookies and it remembers you. You can see I have 3 computers. One is Windows, you can see the icon, and 2 are Macs. This one is the one that sits in my home in Florida. That's why the date is a bit older, because the computer is off. And this one over here is the one I'm currently using, which I'm using 1.03 terabyte for this computer here. And what's really cool is if you want to see, for example, all your files, it's a feature that's just about to come in. I know Joel is working diligently on that. You won't see that button yet, but when you click on that, when you see it, it will show you your computer. If I go on user here and I go Christian Jager, this is my computer, desktop, documents, everything is there. Now I want to go back to my cell phone. Actually, let's go here to my phone device. You can see here, I have an iPhone upload. If you had an Android, it would say Android upload, as the video stated. You can see here all the years. These are all my videos and pictures for all these years. If I go to 2024, you can see this is a full year calendar month. If I go back to 2025, we just started June. So now we have 6 months. You have 6 folders over here. And every time I take a picture of any kind, it's uploaded into the cloud automatically. I don't have to tell it. It just does it automatically. As long as the app is running, so it knows that there's pictures that need to be uploaded. The other thing that's really cool is to collaborate and share.
When you click on the folder, by the way, yeah, just wanted to let you know he's not clicking on the folder because
just because some of those pictures are invoices, and that will expose my own stuff. But here's the thing here, folks. You can collaborate and share. These are files and directories you can drag and drop right into this window. So I'm not going to do it here for the sake of time, but you can drag a directory or drag a file and drag it right into this window, and then you will have all your files over here. Really, really, really awesome. The other thing I want to focus on here, if you look at reseller tools, English, French, Italian, and Espanol, and Spanish. So if you click on this, it will take you to this page. These are funnels. You don't want to miss tomorrow's session on our training, because we're going to talk about these and how they correlate with the email campaigns that are in your back office. All this for $9.97, folks. For those of you that may not be aware of this, to have this kind of tools, people will spend $50 to $100 to $200 a month with third-party companies to be able to support this kind of capability, which, by the way, is included with your $9.97. Some of those funnels require some special emails that will be personalized to your prospects, and then you may want to buy them. So when you start your business, you may have some upsells, and buying those emails, buy them, because it will automatically be populated to these funnels. So when someone popped in, and let's say I click on this one over here, and they put their name and their email, boom, they're going to receive an emails on your behalf. Otherwise, it's going to be a standard email made by the company. So at the end of the day here, folks, what we have, it's an absolute amazing opportunity. So we want to thank you for being here every Friday at 11 o'clock Eastern time. Tammy and I present. Every Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern time, we do a company presentation, which is the end week presentation. And every Saturday at 10 a.m., we do a training on explaining all the details that has to do with your back office and how to utilize everything. So everybody have yourself a wonderful weekend, and we will see you on Saturday. Bye for now.
And happy Canada Day for our Canadians.
And I know that we will speak again, but before Independence Day for the US, again, if we don't see you, happy Independence Day, which I believe it's on Friday, right?
Yeah.
So that's going to be your weekend. This weekend is the Canadian weekend, which in our case happens to be on Tuesday. But have yourself a wonderful rest of your day, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.
Bye, everybody.